Welcome to this video. Today, I want to share with you a simple but powerful habit that can change your life. This is the habit that sets successful people apart from those who stay stuck. It is the habit that makes the difference between those who achieve great things and those who struggle. This isn't just another motivational video. This is a message that will wake you up and make you realize something important. It's not about talking. It's about doing. This is a system, a way of thinking, and a way of living that can completely transform your future. Think about it. Every day, we scroll through our phones, distracted by everything around us. We watch others become successful while we feel like we're not moving forward. And we often avoid the one thing that could help us change our lives: self-education. Let me tell you the truth. Your real enemy is not lack of money, it's not fear, and it's not failure. It's something much simpler. It's not knowing. Not knowing how things work in the world. Not knowing how to control your emotions, your thoughts, your time, or your money. If you don't educate yourself daily, life will teach you lessons, but they won't be the easy kind. Life will teach you through mistakes, pain, and failure. You'll lose jobs, get stuck in bad situations, and feel frustrated because you stopped learning. But here's the good news. Just 1 hour a day, that's all it takes. 1 hour of learning, every single day, can make you more powerful than most people who stop learning after school. Imagine the change you could see in your life in 1 year if you commit to educating yourself every day. In this video, I'll show you how to build this daily habit. I'll teach you how to choose what to learn, when to learn, and how to use this knowledge to change your future. And yes, I'll even help you with your English. As you listen to this message, you'll be learning new words and ideas that will improve both your life and your language skills. You don't need fancy degrees or expensive schools. All you need is the will to learn. It's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about taking action today. Now, let's talk about why learning every day is so important. Most people stop learning once they finish school. This is why their lives don't change much. They get their degree, maybe work for a few years, but eventually, they get stuck. Why does this happen? It's because the world is always changing. New ideas, new technologies, and new problems appear every day. But many people still hold on to old knowledge. They keep using the same ways of thinking, even though they no longer work. And this makes them fall behind. For example, think about money. Most people don't understand how money works. They don't know how to make it grow or how to save it. They don't know how to avoid getting into debt or how to invest. Because of this, they work hard, but they still feel poor. Another example is how we manage our time. Many people feel like they don't have enough time for what's important. Why? Because they don't know how to plan their day properly. They get distracted and end up wasting time on things that don't help them. But when you learn how to manage your time, you feel in control. You can get more done, and you feel less stressed. Also, think about how people deal with their emotions. Many people struggle to control their anger, fear, or sadness. They let their emotions control them, which leads to bad decisions and poor relationships. But if you learn how to manage your emotions, you become stronger. You can handle difficult situations without letting your feelings take over. If you don't take the time to educate yourself every day, life will teach you these lessons through hard experiences. You might lose your job because you didn't understand how to manage your time or your money. You might get into bad relationships because you didn't learn how to read people. Or you might feel stuck in your career because you didn't learn the skills you need to move forward. But here's the truth. Education gives you freedom. If you learn every day, you will never be controlled by life. You will be in control of your own future. The more you know, the more opportunities you will attract. And you will feel confident in making decisions because you will know how to solve problems. The world is changing quickly, and the people who succeed are the ones who are always learning. You might think that you don't have time to study, but think about this. The richest people in the world don't have more time than you. They just spend their time differently. Instead of watching TV or scrolling through social media, they read books, take courses, and learn new things. This is why learning every day is not just a good habit. It's a survival skill. If you don't learn, you will fall behind. But if you educate yourself every day, you will become the person who is always prepared for the next challenge. You will be the person people respect, the one who knows how to solve problems and handle stress. Education is not just about memorizing facts. It's about learning how to think. It's about learning how to make better decisions, how to take action, and how to become a better version of yourself. Now, let's talk about the first area where you should start educating yourself daily: money. Let's start with something that many people avoid talking about: money. The truth is, if you don't understand how money works, you'll always struggle with it. You might work hard your whole life, but without the right knowledge, you will still feel poor and stuck. In school, they taught you math, history, and maybe even science. But did they ever teach you about money? Did they teach you how to manage it, how to make it grow, or how to avoid debt? The answer is no. And this is one of the reasons why so many people spend their entire lives working but never seem to get ahead financially. If you want to be financially free, you need to learn how money moves. You need to understand how to earn, keep, and grow money. Financial education means learning about how different ways of earning money work through a job, a skill, a business, or investments. One of the most important lessons in financial education is learning the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset is something that makes you money. A liability is something that takes your money away. Most people spend their money on liabilities, things like clothes, gadgets, and things they don't need. But the wealthy spend their money on assets, things that can grow their money, like investments or businesses. It's also important to learn how to save and budget. Most people don't know how to plan their money properly, which means they end up spending more than they earn. When you educate yourself about money, you learn how to keep track of your spending, how to save, and how to avoid getting into debt. You also learn how to set up a budget, which can give you control over your finances and help you avoid financial stress. Another key part of financial education is learning how to invest. When you understand how to invest, you can make your money work for you. You don't have to be a millionaire to start investing. You can begin with small amounts, but you need to learn how the process works and how to manage your risk. The sad truth is that most people don't learn about money until it's too late. They get into debt because they don't know how to manage their finances. They get stuck in a job they don't like because they never learned how to build a career. Or they lose opportunities because they don't understand how to invest or save. But here's the good news. It's never too late to start learning. If you make learning about money a daily habit, you can change your financial future. You can start small. Read a book or an article about money every day. Watch videos about how to invest or manage your budget. Start learning about how the rich think about money and how they build wealth. Imagine this. Two people earn the same amount of money. Person A spends their money every weekend on things they don't need. They never learn how to save or invest. Person B reads about money every day for just 20 minutes. They learn how to invest, how to avoid debt, and how to build a side income. In 5 years, Person B is free from financial stress, while Person A is still stuck, living paycheck to paycheck. Which one do you want to be? The choice is yours. Start learning about money every day, and you'll begin to see your financial life change. Now let's talk about skills. One of the most important truths in life is that you don't get paid for your time. You get paid for your value. If you don't have valuable skills, you will always struggle to make money and find success. This is why skill education is so crucial. Think about it. Most people want success, but they don't take the time to learn the skills that will help them succeed. They don't learn how to solve problems, how to add value to others, or how to become the kind of person others want to work with. The truth is, you need to develop real skills that solve real problems. These are the skills that will make you valuable in the job market, in business, and in life. So what does skill education look like? It's about learning how to do things that people are willing to pay for. It's about finding skills that are in demand and focusing on improving them every day. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you are, the more opportunities you will attract. There are many skills that can help you succeed. For example, you could learn how to write words that sell, copywriting, how to edit videos for YouTubers, how to design graphics, or how to build websites. You could learn how to sell, how to negotiate, or how to manage a team. These are all valuable skills that businesses and people need. But the key is to start today. Even if you don't know where to begin, start small. Spend 30 minutes a day learning a new skill. Read books, watch tutorials, and practice what you learn. The more you practice, the better you will become. And after a few months, you will already be more skilled than most people around you. Remember, the world doesn't pay you for how hard you work. It pays you for the value you provide. If you want to get paid more, you need to be more valuable. That's why skill education is so important. When you start learning valuable skills, you become the kind of person who is always in demand. People want to work with you, businesses want to hire you, and you start to attract the success you've always wanted. The more skills you have, the more opportunities you'll find. You will become the person who is sought after, not the one who has to fight for every opportunity. This is why skill education is not just something you do on the side. It should be part of your daily routine. Every day, you should be asking yourself, what skill can I learn today? How can I get better at what I do? And by answering those questions, you will keep moving forward. Now, let's talk about mindset education and why it's just as important as skill education. Now that we've talked about financial education and skill education, let's discuss the importance of mindset education. Your mindset is the way you think and see the world. It is the filter that helps you make decisions, react to problems, and understand opportunities. A strong mindset is one of the most powerful tools you can have in life. It's not about being positive all the time, but about learning how to deal with challenges and setbacks. Many people work hard but still stay stuck because they don't know how to think properly. They react emotionally. They give up after one failure, and they let fear and doubt stop them from moving forward. This is why mindset education is essential. It's about learning how to control your thoughts, how to stay focused, and how to stay calm when things go wrong. When you train your mind to think differently, you can achieve things others can't. You'll be able to handle stress better, solve problems more easily, and stay motivated even when things get tough. For example, let's say you face a problem at work. Some people might look at the problem and think, why is this happening to me? I can't do this. But someone with a strong mindset will think, what can I learn from this? How can I solve this problem? The first person gets stuck in their emotions and ends up feeling defeated. The second person looks for a solution and moves forward. The good news is, mindset can be learned. You don't have to be born with a perfect mindset. You can train yourself to think in a way that helps you achieve your goals. This takes practice, but over time, your mind will become stronger. Mindset education is about understanding how to deal with challenges, how to stay calm under pressure, and how to focus on what's important. It's about building mental strength and resilience. This means learning how to keep going even when you feel like quitting. It's about training your mind to stay positive and productive, no matter what life throws at you. One important part of mindset education is learning how to focus. In today's world, we are surrounded by distractions. Social media, emails, and other notifications pull our attention in different directions. But if you want to succeed, you need to be able to focus on the task at hand. Learning how to focus your mind is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Another key part of mindset education is learning how to be patient and think long-term. Many people give up on their goals because they don't see immediate results. But a strong mindset helps you stay focused on the bigger picture. It helps you understand that success takes time and that every small step you take is moving you closer to your goal. So, how do you build a stronger mindset every day? One way is to read books about mindset and mental strength. You can learn from people who have overcome challenges and achieved success. You can also watch videos that teach you how to control your thoughts, how to stay calm, and how to think clearly in difficult situations. Another way to improve your mindset is by journaling. Write down your thoughts every day. Reflect on what went well and what could have gone better. Ask yourself questions like, what am I thinking today? Is this helping me reach my goals? This kind of self-reflection will help you understand your thinking patterns and make it easier to change them. With a strong mindset, you'll be able to face any challenge and keep moving forward. You'll think clearly, make better decisions, and never give up on your dreams. But mindset education doesn't stop here. Next, let's talk about emotional education and why it's just as important. Emotions are a powerful force in our lives. They can help us connect with others, make decisions, and motivate us to act. But when we don't know how to control our emotions, they can also lead us into trouble. Uncontrolled emotions can make us say or do things we regret. They can cause stress, affect our relationships, and stop us from achieving our goals. This is why emotional education is so important. It's the practice of learning how to manage your emotions and how to stay calm in stressful situations. It's about knowing how to control your feelings so that they don't control you. Think about it. How many times have you let anger, sadness, or fear take over and ruin your day? Maybe you got upset with someone, or you made a bad decision because you were feeling stressed or anxious. This happens to everyone at some point, but it doesn't have to control your life. Emotional education helps you build emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions, and also to recognize and understand the emotions of others. When you have high emotional intelligence, you can handle difficult situations better, make wiser decisions, and build stronger relationships with people. So, how do you start learning emotional education? The first step is self-awareness. This means understanding your own emotions and why you feel the way you do. When you feel angry or sad, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What triggered this emotion? By understanding what causes your emotions, you can start to control them instead of letting them control you. Another important part of emotional education is learning how to manage your reactions. For example, when someone criticizes you or when you face a difficult situation, you have two choices. You can react immediately, getting angry or upset, or you can pause, take a deep breath, and respond calmly. The more you practice pausing before reacting, the more in control you become. It's also important to learn how to handle your emotions in different situations. When you're facing stress at work or school, for example, emotional education helps you stay calm and focused. When you face challenges in your personal life, it helps you stay strong and make clear decisions instead of being controlled by your feelings. Learning how to handle emotions like fear and disappointment is also a big part of emotional education. Fear can stop you from taking action, and disappointment can make you want to give up. But when you know how to handle these feelings, you can keep moving forward. For example, instead of letting fear stop you from speaking in public or trying something new, you can learn to face it and take action anyway. Instead of letting disappointment keep you stuck, you can learn to see setbacks as lessons and opportunities for growth. One of the best ways to improve your emotional intelligence is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully aware of what's happening around you and within you, without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you can learn to notice your emotions in real time and choose how to respond to them. This helps you stay calm, focused, and in control, even in the most stressful situations. Another helpful tool is journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings every day helps you reflect on your emotions. It also allows you to identify patterns in your emotions and reactions, so you can better understand yourself and make positive changes. By building your emotional education, you'll feel more confident, more in control, and more capable of handling whatever life throws at you. Emotional intelligence helps you make better decisions, stay calm under pressure, and build stronger relationships with others. Now that we've discussed emotional education, let's look at another important area, market education. In our fast-changing world, understanding what the market needs is key to success. Many people work hard, but if they don't know what the market is asking for, they will always fall behind. This is why market education is so important. The market is constantly changing. People's needs and wants shift, and new problems arise every day. The businesses that succeed are the ones that are quick to notice these changes and adapt. But if you ignore the market, you will be left behind. This is the difference between those who succeed and those who struggle. Market education means understanding what people are willing to pay for, what problems they are facing, and what solutions they need. If you know what the market is looking for, you can create or provide something valuable. This is how you can build a successful career, business, or side hustle. The first step in market education is to start paying attention. What are people talking about? What are the problems people face every day? What do they need help with? When you start asking these questions, you can begin to understand what people value. For example, think about the rise of online businesses and remote work. A few years ago, many people didn't even think about working from home. But now, it's a common way of life. Companies and individuals needed new tools and systems to work from home. Those who saw this need and learned how to use digital tools were the ones who created successful businesses and careers. Look at what businesses are offering. Study the products or services that are in demand. Learn what problems they are solving and how they're making people's lives easier. For example, think about the tech industry. Smartphones, computers, and software are in constant demand. People want the latest technology, and they are willing to pay for it. So, if you want to succeed, you need to learn what kinds of technology are popular and how you can be a part of that world. Another important aspect of market education is understanding what skills are in demand. For example, digital marketing, content creation, and web development are all skills that are highly valued right now. If you learn these skills, you will be more likely to find work or create your own business. It's also helpful to look at online platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, and LinkedIn. These sites show the kinds of services that are in high demand. By studying these platforms, you can learn what people are willing to pay for and what types of jobs are available. Another great way to stay informed is by reading business news and trends. Follow industry leaders and pay attention to what they are doing. Look for patterns in the market and understand how businesses are adapting to new needs. The key to success is to stop focusing only on what you want to do and start focusing on what people need. You can still do what you love, but you need to make sure that there is a market for it. Once you understand the market, you can start creating solutions to people's problems. Whether it's offering a service, selling a product, or building a business, the most successful people are the ones who understand what the market wants and provide it. By studying the market every day, you will always be prepared for what's next. You'll be able to adapt and take advantage of new opportunities. And that's the key to staying ahead in today's fast-paced world. In today's world, digital tools and technology are no longer optional. They are essential for success. If you don't understand how to use technology, you are at risk of being left behind. This is why digital education is so important. We are no longer in the information age. We are now in the automation age. Technology is changing every industry, from business and education to healthcare and entertainment. If you are not keeping up with these changes, you could find yourself out of work or struggling to catch up. Digital education is about learning how to use the tools, platforms, and systems that are driving the world forward. These are the tools that businesses use to operate efficiently, the tools that creators use to build their brands, and the tools that people use to connect with others online. The first step in digital education is to learn the basics. If you don't know how to use simple digital tools, it's time to start learning. Learn how to use programs like Google Drive, Zoom, and Canva. These are tools that businesses and individuals use every day. Once you master these basic tools, you'll be able to move on to more advanced ones. For example, you can start learning how to use AI tools like ChatGPT or Midjourney. These tools are becoming more common and are being used to help people save time and increase productivity. If you learn how to use these tools, you will be able to work smarter, not harder. It's also important to learn how to create a digital presence. In today's world, it's not enough to have a great product or service. You also need to have a strong online presence. This means learning how to use platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube to promote yourself and your work. Creating content, building websites, and using social media are all essential skills in the digital world. But you don't need to become an expert overnight. Start small. Learn one new tool or platform every week. Watch tutorials on YouTube, take free courses, and practice using the tools you learn about. Over time, your confidence and skills will grow. Another important part of digital education is understanding how to automate tasks. There are many tools available that can help you automate repetitive tasks, saving you time and effort. Learning how to set up automation for your work or business can help you be more productive and efficient. For example, you can learn how to create automated email campaigns, how to use social media scheduling tools, and how to set up automatic invoicing. These tools can save you hours of work each week and help you focus on what matters most. Digital education isn't just about learning specific tools. It's also about learning how to think digitally. In the past, people worked with paper and pen, but now everything is online. Learning how to work in the digital world means learning how to think in terms of efficiency, automation, and scaling. If you don't understand technology, you will be left behind. But if you invest the time to learn digital tools, you'll be able to keep up with the changing world and even get ahead of the competition. Self-awareness is one of the most powerful tools you can develop. It's the ability to understand who you truly are, your strengths, weaknesses, emotions, and how you react to different situations. Without self-awareness, you might feel lost or stuck, unsure of why things aren't working out the way you want them to. But when you understand yourself, you can make better choices and create the life you really want. Most people know small details about themselves, their favorite color, their hobbies, or what food they like. But few people take the time to understand their deeper motivations, fears, or patterns. And this is where self-awareness education comes in. Self-awareness education is about learning to ask yourself the tough questions. Why do I react the way I do when I face challenges? Why do I struggle with certain tasks? What makes me anxious and why? These questions help you understand yourself better and help you make positive changes. By understanding your emotions, you can better control how you respond to situations. For example, maybe you feel nervous before a presentation. If you know this makes you anxious, you can work on strategies to calm yourself, like deep breathing or positive self-talk. If you don't recognize that you're anxious, you might react in a way that makes the situation worse, like avoiding the presentation or becoming too nervous to speak clearly. Another important aspect of self-awareness is understanding your strengths and weaknesses. Many people struggle because they don't know what they're good at or what they need help with. When you understand your strengths, you can build on them and use them to your advantage. And when you understand your weaknesses, you can work on improving them or find ways to get support where you need it. Self-awareness also means understanding your values and what truly matters to you. When you know what you stand for, you can make decisions that align with your goals. For example, if you value family time but you're always working long hours, it might be time to rethink how you balance work and life. If you don't take the time to reflect on your values, you might end up spending your life chasing goals that aren't truly important to you. One of the most helpful tools for self-awareness is journaling. Writing down your thoughts every day helps you reflect on your emotions and actions. It also helps you track your growth over time. By writing down your experiences and reactions, you can start to see patterns and understand what triggers certain behaviors or feelings. This reflection helps you make positive changes and learn more about yourself each day. Self-awareness also means recognizing your fears and challenges. Why do certain things scare you? Why do you avoid certain situations? By exploring these questions, you can face your fears head-on and begin to overcome them. For example, if you fear public speaking, understanding this fear can help you take steps to improve, like practicing in front of a mirror or with a small group. Understanding yourself also involves learning from your past mistakes. Instead of blaming others or making excuses, self-awareness allows you to take responsibility for your actions and learn from them. This mindset helps you grow and move forward rather than staying stuck in the past. By investing in self-awareness education every day, you can become the best version of yourself. You'll make better decisions, improve your relationships, and feel more confident in your abilities. Now that you understand how important self-awareness is, let's move on to another area, street education. Street education is one of the most underrated types of learning. It's not about what you read in books or hear in classrooms. It's about understanding how the real world works, the unspoken rules, the strategies people use, and how to protect yourself from being manipulated or taken advantage of. The real world is different from school. In school, you learn facts, formulas, and theories, but in life, you deal with people. And people don't always act according to rules or logic. This is why street education is so important. It teaches you how to navigate real-life situations where emotions, power dynamics, and unpredictable challenges come into play. Many people are good-hearted and trust others easily, but the world can be full of deception. People can lie, manipulate, and take advantage of others for personal gain. If you don't understand the street rules, the ways people act when they are trying to get something from you, you can easily become a target. Street education helps you learn how to recognize manipulation, how to build boundaries, and how to protect your time and energy. It's about knowing when to trust someone and when to stay cautious. For example, Imagine you start a new job and meet a colleague who seems friendly and helpful. Over time, you realize that this person is using you to get ahead. They are taking credit for your ideas and leaving you to do the hard work. If you don't understand street education, you might continue to trust this person, believing they have good intentions. But if you understand how people operate in the real world, you'll be able to spot this behavior early and take action to protect yourself. One key part of street education is learning how to read people. Not just what they say, but how they say it, their body language, tone of voice, and the small signals they send without even realizing it. By understanding these signals, you can get a clearer picture of a person's true intentions. Another important lesson in street education is how to negotiate. Whether you're buying something, discussing a project at work, or even dealing with personal relationships, negotiation skills are crucial. Learning how to negotiate effectively helps you avoid being manipulated or taken advantage of. It allows you to stand your ground and get what you deserve. Street education also involves understanding power dynamics. In every situation, there are unspoken rules about who holds the power. Whether you're in a meeting, at a social event, or even online, learning how to navigate these power structures can help you succeed. Knowing when to speak up, when to listen, and how to move strategically can make all the difference in your career and personal life. In addition, it's important to learn how to build and maintain strong boundaries. Without clear boundaries, people will take advantage of you. Whether it's saying no to unnecessary requests or standing firm in your beliefs, strong boundaries are essential for protecting your time, energy, and well-being. Street education is not about being cynical or distrusting everyone. It's about being smart and aware of the realities of the world. By learning how to understand people and situations better, you can protect yourself and make smarter decisions. Foundation education is about learning the core skills and habits that help you face life's challenges. School teaches you many things, but it doesn't prepare you for the real world. It doesn't teach you how to manage your time, how to stay calm in stressful situations, or how to make smart decisions when life gets tough. This is why foundation education is so important. It's the knowledge and skills that give you a strong base to handle whatever life throws at you. With a strong foundation, you'll be able to face problems with confidence, make better decisions, and stay focused on your goals. One of the most important parts of foundation education is learning how to manage your time. Many people struggle with time management, and as a result, they feel stressed, overwhelmed, and unable to accomplish what they want. But when you learn how to plan your day, set priorities, and stick to your schedule, you become much more efficient and productive. This gives you more time for what really matters, like personal growth, relationships, and relaxation. Another essential aspect of foundation education is learning how to handle failure. Everyone faces setbacks in life, but how you deal with them can make a huge difference. When you understand that failure is not the end, but rather a learning experience, you can keep moving forward with confidence. Failure teaches you what doesn't work, so you can try new things and improve. The key is not to let failure defeat you, but to use it as a lesson to become stronger and smarter. Also, foundation education helps you build good habits. Habits are the actions you take every day that shape your future. If you develop positive habits, such as exercising regularly, eating healthy, or reading every day, you'll build a strong foundation for long-term success. But if your habits are negative, like procrastinating or neglecting your health, they can hold you back and prevent you from reaching your full potential. One of the best ways to develop positive habits is by being consistent. The more you repeat a positive action, the more it becomes a natural part of your life. For example, if you read for just 15 minutes every day, It might seem small at first, but over time, it will add up. You'll have read several books by the end of the year, and your knowledge and mindset will grow stronger. Foundation education also involves learning how to make good decisions. Every day, you are faced with choices. Some decisions are small, like what to eat for lunch, while others are bigger, like which job to take or where to live. The ability to make good decisions is a crucial skill. When you know how to think critically, consider your options, and choose what's best for your future, you set yourself up for success. Another important part of foundation education is learning how to deal with stress. Life can be stressful, and everyone experiences difficult times. But when you learn how to stay calm and focused under pressure, you can handle challenges with grace. Whether it's a stressful situation at work or a personal problem, staying calm helps you make better decisions and avoid emotional reactions that can make things worse. Building a strong foundation for life isn't something that happens overnight. It's something you work on every day. The more you invest in your foundation education, the stronger and more capable you will become. Problem solving is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. Life is full of challenges, and if you can solve problems effectively, you will stand out from the crowd. Instead of getting stuck or overwhelmed by difficulties, you'll learn to find solutions and move forward with confidence. Problem-solving education is about learning how to approach problems in a calm, clear, and logical way. Many people freeze when they face problems because they don't know how to handle them. They either panic or avoid the issue altogether. But when you understand how to break down a problem and look for solutions, you become much more effective in both your personal and professional life. The first step in problem solving is defining the problem clearly. Many people spend time complaining about a situation without truly understanding what the problem is. If you don't know exactly what the issue is, it's hard to fix it. Take the time to identify the core of the problem and ask yourself, what is really going wrong here? Once you have a clear understanding of the problem, you can begin looking for solutions. The next step is to break the problem into smaller pieces. Big problems can feel overwhelming, but when you divide them into smaller, more manageable parts, they become easier to handle. This approach allows you to focus on one step at a time and not feel overwhelmed by the big picture. For example, if you're facing a big work project, break it down into smaller tasks. Tackle each task one by one, and soon you'll have the whole project completed. Once you've broken down the problem, start brainstorming possible solutions. Don't worry about finding the perfect answer right away. The goal is to come up with ideas, no matter how small they seem. After that, evaluate each solution. Think about the pros and cons, and choose the one that seems most effective. Sometimes, the best solution isn't the first one you think of. You may need to try a few different approaches before finding the right one. And that's okay. Problem solving is about being flexible and willing to adjust your approach until you find what works. One of the key skills in problem solving is learning how to stay calm under pressure. When problems arise, it's easy to get stressed or frustrated. But these emotions can cloud your judgment and make it harder to think clearly. Instead, practice staying calm and focused. Take deep breaths, step back, and give yourself a moment to think. This will help you approach the problem with a clear mind and make better decisions. It's also important to learn how to stay positive when solving problems. Many people get discouraged when things don't go as planned, but the most successful people are the ones who keep going even when they face setbacks. If something doesn't work, it's not the end. It's just another opportunity to learn and try again. Problem-solving education is not just about fixing issues as they arise. It's also about developing a mindset that looks for solutions instead of focusing on problems. The more you practice problem-solving, the more naturally it will come to you. Over time, you will become someone who is always looking for ways to improve situations and solve challenges. As you build your problem-solving skills, you will find that life becomes easier to handle. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by problems, you will see them as opportunities to grow and learn. This mindset will not only help you achieve success, but it will also help you become a leader who others turn to when they need solutions. Consistency is one of the most important habits you can develop. It's the key to success in every area of life, whether it's in your career, personal growth, health, or relationships. Without consistency, all the skills, knowledge, and strategies you learn will not lead to lasting success. But when you commit to consistent effort, you will see real and lasting results. Many people struggle with staying consistent. They might start a new project, goal, or habit with great excitement. But over time, that motivation fades. They get distracted, lose focus, or face challenges that make them want to give up. This is why consistency is so important. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up every day, even when it's hard, and continuing to take small steps toward your goal. One of the keys to consistency is setting realistic expectations. When you set big goals, it can be overwhelming to think about how much work it will take to reach them. But when you break those big goals into smaller, manageable steps, it becomes easier to stay on track. For example, if your goal is to read 12 books in a year, you don't need to read one book every week. Start by reading just 10 minutes a day, and over time, those minutes will add up. Another important part of consistency is tracking your progress. Keeping track of your progress gives you a clear picture of how far you've come and helps you stay motivated. Whether it's in your work, fitness, or personal goals, tracking your progress makes it easier to see improvements and stay focused. This is why journaling or using a habit tracker can be so helpful. It gives you something tangible to look at and remind you that you are making progress, even when it feels slow. Building consistency also requires patience. You won't see results overnight, and that's okay. True growth takes time. The most successful people in the world didn't get to where they are by doing something great once. They got there by doing small, positive things every single day. Whether it's practicing your English, working on your business, or improving your health, the more you stay consistent, the more you will grow. It's also important to celebrate your small wins along the way. Too often, we focus only on the big goals and forget to appreciate the small steps that lead us there. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and reminds you that your efforts are paying off. This can be as simple as acknowledging when you've completed a task or achieved a mini goal. Another key to consistency is building good habits. Habits are the actions you take without thinking about them. When you create positive habits, they become automatic, and you don't have to rely on willpower or motivation to keep going. For example, if you make reading every day a habit, it becomes a part of your routine, and you don't need to think about it. The same goes for exercising, eating healthy, or working on your business. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about persistence. You don't need to be perfect every day, but you do need to keep going. The more consistent you are, the more you will see the results of your hard work. It's about creating a routine that helps you move closer to your goals day after day. In the end, consistency is the foundation of success. It's the small, daily actions that add up over time and lead to big results. By committing to consistency, you will achieve your goals and create lasting change in your life. Reflection is one of the most powerful tools you have for personal growth. It's about taking the time to look back on your actions, thoughts, and experiences and asking yourself what you can learn from them. This process helps you understand what went well, what didn't, and how you can improve in the future. Reflection is not just about thinking. It's about learning from your past to create a better future. One of the main reasons people fail to improve is that they don't take the time to reflect. They go through their daily routines, make decisions, and face challenges, but they don't stop to ask themselves why things happen the way they did. Without reflection, you miss out on valuable lessons that can help you grow. Reflection helps you gain insight into your own behavior and thought patterns. By looking back on your experiences, you can see what triggered certain actions or emotions. For example, if you reacted angrily in a stressful situation, reflection helps you understand why you felt that way and how you could handle it better next time. Another important part of reflection is recognizing your progress. Sometimes, we focus so much on our goals that we forget to appreciate how far we've come. Reflection helps you see the small wins and improvements that might otherwise go unnoticed. This boosts your confidence and motivates you to keep going. To begin reflecting, take a few minutes each day or week to think about your actions and experiences. You can ask yourself questions like, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? What did I learn from today's challenges? Writing down your thoughts in a journal can be a helpful way to track your reflections and see how you've changed over time. It's important to remember that reflection is not about criticizing yourself. It's about understanding and learning. When you reflect, try to be kind to yourself and focus on growth, not failure. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's okay. What matters is that you learn from those mistakes and keep improving. Reflection also helps you make better decisions in the future. By looking at past choices and their outcomes, you can recognize patterns that either lead to success or mistakes. If you notice that you tend to avoid difficult tasks or procrastinate, reflection helps you understand why and how to break those habits. If you made a good decision, reflection helps you understand what worked and how to repeat that success. In addition, reflection can help you set better goals. When you reflect on your past achievements and failures, you get a clearer idea of what you want to accomplish moving forward. You can identify areas for improvement and set new goals based on the lessons you've learned. This makes your goals more realistic and aligned with your personal growth. One of the most powerful benefits of reflection is that it allows you to see life from a broader perspective. When you stop to think about your experiences, you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Reflection helps you see the bigger picture, and this perspective is crucial for making long-term decisions that align with your values and goals. Taking the time to reflect every day or week can help you learn from your experiences, grow as a person, and achieve greater success. It's a simple but powerful habit that can transform your life. Lifelong learning is the habit of continuously developing your skills, knowledge, and understanding throughout your entire life. It's not something you do only when you're in school or when you need to get ahead at work. Lifelong learning is a mindset. It's about always being curious, open to new ideas, and committed to improving yourself every day. In today's fast-paced world, where technology and industries are constantly changing, lifelong learning is more important than ever. If you stop learning, you risk falling behind. But if you keep learning, you stay adaptable and ready to take on new challenges, both in your personal and professional life. One of the main benefits of lifelong learning is that it helps you stay relevant. New trends, tools, and ideas are always emerging. If you don't keep up with them, you might find yourself outdated, especially in your career. But by committing to learning every day, you can stay ahead of the curve and make sure your skills remain in demand. Lifelong learning also helps you improve your critical thinking. When you learn about new topics, you expand your ability to think in different ways. This helps you analyze problems from multiple perspectives, make better decisions, and solve complex challenges. The more you learn, the more you can apply that knowledge to improve your life and the lives of others. Another important aspect of lifelong learning is that it fosters personal growth. The more you learn, the more you understand yourself and the world around you. You develop a deeper understanding of your values, goals, and desires. You also gain a wider perspective on different cultures, people, and ways of thinking. This helps you become more empathetic, adaptable, and open-minded, which are all key qualities for personal growth. Learning new things also keeps your mind sharp and healthy. Just like exercising your body, exercising your mind through learning helps keep it strong and active. Lifelong learning stimulates your brain, improves memory, and enhances your ability to focus and solve problems. It helps you stay mentally fit, which is essential for maintaining a high quality of life. One of the best ways to make lifelong learning a part of your daily life is to make it a habit. Dedicate time each day to learning something new, even if it's just for 15 to 20 minutes. You can read books, listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, or take online courses. The key is to make learning a consistent part of your routine. Lifelong learning isn't just about formal education. It's about learning from life itself. It's about learning from your experiences, the people around you, and the challenges you face. Every situation, whether good or bad, has something to teach you. When you approach life with a mindset of learning, you will find that every day is an opportunity to grow. Another important part of lifelong learning is being willing to make mistakes and learn from them. Nobody is perfect, and everyone encounters failures along the way. But instead of seeing mistakes as failures, see them as valuable lessons. Each mistake is an opportunity to learn, improve, and do better next time. Remember, learning doesn't stop when you leave school or finish a course. The world is always changing, and there is always something new to learn. By committing to lifelong learning, you open the door to endless possibilities for personal and professional growth.